but was a very, very good 1.6 player.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I think it is live now. Please ignore the score at the top. It is 1-0 for OpTic, which explains why, of course, we see some very intense guns despite the score being 0-0. So the match medic worked. Scoreboard. So I believe we can just manually fix that at some point, and if not, just always +1 on OpTic score. Yeah. All right, so anyway, as we take a look at Team AGG now, on a force buy with the Tech9 buy up now, they're just going to go straight forward over here to the A bomb site. OpTic actually are pretty passive about this. They're not keeping anyone on the site. They're just going to play for the retake, so they'll sit back. The one thing they may have to worry about would be Ruru, but he's already revealed himself on top of Boost, so it's not going to be this big mystery flank anymore.
Yeah, but Daps is going to have a big flank going on, and this time, unlike the first time around, it is a force buy out of AGG, and Daps has actually been spotted on the flank, so that's a little bit scary. It's going to be a 5-on-5 retake scenario. Elsa's going to get that first kill, and Ruru is still just hiding. 2 of his teammates have fallen. He's going to find a kill towards A main, though. And even one more. It's going to start evening the odds. There's a fuse going on, but he does get taken down last second. It's just down to Naf. And a 1-on-2. He does have a kit to work with. No ammo in the M4, I'm assuming. Only 4 bullets. He's got to reload completely now. And now he's just got to stick to the fuse, essentially. And Twist is going to climb over the red box, get that kill. So it's going to be a second-round victory for AGG.
And Twist, good movement, getting himself up on top of the red there to close that out without any other conduct. And now the score will be changing. We go to 1-1. And oh, dear Lord, we have another pause.
I think this is to get the coaches in the server.
Yes.
Because they couldn't match medic when the coaches were in the server to begin with, so they had to wait around. Yep.
There we go. Now they're joining. The score is fixed now too. So the score you see on the screen is correct. It is 1-1.
You just about like died when that pause came out. Like I heard it in your voice. I heard your soul like crying a little bit.
Man, I didn't think that was going to be that big of a conflict. It was like 2-0. It's like, all right, let's just shake our hands and, you know, figure out some sort of resolution here. But that took like, how long did that took like 50 minutes. Imagine if it happens again later on in the game.
Not too shabby.
We'll be here all night. It's rough.
Nah. Happens again, I just say forfeit lost both of them, let's just move on.
How does that work for points? Do they just
I have no idea. I have no clue. Either way, with that win, it's gonna be another default. I mean, this is exactly, look at how far back Elsa is. This is like insanity. This is like overkill caution of Elsa just spotting far back towards B, everyone else leaning towards the right side of the map for this anti-eco. And it's, yeah, this is just insane. This is overkill.
So they're just waiting it out now, and AGG taking it very, very slowly indeed as they take basically all the time. This is exactly like what we saw on Train, just taking it very passively right now, as you said. Hoping OpTic get aggressive, but they're not going to find anything with that. So now that the timer starts to get lower, they absolutely have to just go for some map control. It looks like it's going to be a combination mid-play along with some players going inside of A main as well.
I mean, if you're going to take it this passively and then take damage to Stan pushing up in the door, that's just crazy. Like, that's exactly what all this passive play is designed to prevent. So Stan, he does just do some early damage onto Ocean. And AGG has reconvened up towards mid, so they have full mid control. Now they can pretty much go wherever they want. There's no intel on this from OpTic Gaming. They can't cheat any rotates over. So this should be a pretty free take of this B bomb site. Daps is left all alone in here, and there's really not much he can do.
He's going to try to hold off on the site. He is getting some reinforcements up towards Heaven. That's going to be Naf coming in to support, but it's too late. He already loses his teammate. Now he's just going to pull the reversal, get himself out of the site. Might be able to catch Ocean on the jump, but it's not going to happen. Now the smoke comes into play. They've got full coverage on this. However, some players from AGG are very low, looking at Ruru and Ocean specifically. So they're going to try to come in and finish those players off, but it's not going to happen. Just down to Naf alive, back up in Heaven. He's shut down. The members of AGG that are still up and rolling, and they're going to be able to pick up the round, leaving the score 2-1. It is 2-1, not 2-2.
So upgrade pistols. Actually, this is something that we've been seeing OpTic do a lot lately. Is you know, there's this whole, obviously the force buys being the big deal, but OpTic is a team that always, I mean, on these second and third rounds, they choose not to buy armor. They upgrade the pistols, but they don't feel like investing into the armor. And actually, Ocean just spotted. That's Nafly pushing up, so he knows he's got one close to his left, so he's going to win that duel pretty easily with the Mac 10. Opening kill goes for AGG.
And Rush moving up there. Not going to be able to catch Ruru. Still sitting safely behind the door for the time being, but AGG still playing things fairly passively in terms of trying to pick up some early kills. Now Ruru trying to investigate a little bit what may be outside of that door, but OpTic are just going to sit back and wait for them. They themselves are actually sitting back much more this time, just waiting for the play to come out from AGG. Definitely still not going to be catching anything. As look at this play inside of A main, moving ever so slowly, but Ruru's patience thankfully pays off. Opens the door, catches one of these guys, and then they're going to be able to catch a second one. Stan trying to get in a position to catch Ruru on a trade, but Twist is going to pop right out, takes him down. Now they're down, there's two left alive from OpTic. It's Daps and Shazam, both on opposite sides of the map, and you can already see Shazam rolling back. They're just going to be looking for exits at this point. There's nothing they can do to stop the members of AGG from picking up this round.
Ooh, nice shot there from Invert. So yep, just on a Daps, just trying to get one exit kill. He does have that P250 long range, not able to land the shots, can't do the damage. Ruru takes him out, so heading into the next round, the first gun round that we'll see, there's a lot of money built up on this AGG side. That caution has paid off. They've only lost one member in the past 2 rounds, which is a complete reversal, you know, to 2 hours ago on Train, if we can recall. AGG took a lot of damage on all their anti-ecos. So, I mean, their economy was always so poor because they kept losing players to just pistols. This time they stabilize. Plenty of money built up, but they have the AWP of Shazam to go against. He's got that towards middle. It is a pretty standard setup with Shazam just playing solo with the AWP in the connector, and actually Daps takes a lot of damage. They do an aggressive door push, he falls. And even Stan, he gets caught with his nade out, and he gets brought down to 30 HP, so this has not gone well for OpTic Gaming on the aggression.
Stan's actually still alive here too, so he's going to be able to retreat. Ruru, even more impressively, manages to keep himself in the mix with only 1 HP left alive. So no one's actually going to end up dying in that encounter. They're still only looking at Daps as the only casualty in this round. The rest of AGG, again, especially now that they've been aggressed upon by the members of OpTic due to that push over there towards Squeaky Hallway, they're going to be sitting back, really far back, just outside of A main, not making any sort of movement to go for the site tick as of yet, as they're going to let the timer tick down pretty far before they even attempt something like that.
Yeah, still very, very slow, but look at all the time this is giving. I mean, Stan is going to get boosted up over towards the bomb site. That's going to be a great position for him to be in. Shazam is going to be able to fall back and kind of do a little bit of a bait for him. These smokes are raining over. Shazam just being cautious of over towards mid, so it's going to be all on Stanislaw boosted up to find some damage. He's got 30 HP, dodges a flashbang. They got to check this. They hear the op ring out. Shazam can't land the shots. There he goes. He gets his first one. Stan still has not revealed his presence yet, and it's going to be a free kill. He does get blind, but he finds the offer. 1 kill for him. Shazam chiming in even more. This attack has taken so long to come to fruition. It was looking terrible until Ocean turns things around. Now he's down into a 1-on-2.
And Ocean finding a nice headshot there, almost executing this on his own, up to a 3K, looking for the 4th, but Nap's going to fall back. 10 seconds left on the clock here. Ocean needs to get the bomb on the floor. Thankfully, that molly going to expire, and ooh, Ocean dropping down for the red box just in time as there were shots flying as he was moving himself down. Now he's looking to figure out where exactly Naf is located. Knows he's still somewhere on highway. He's expecting him to push up. Catches his location, and now going to throw the molly on the right side. Pushing out, looking to finish him off, and he's going to do it. A 4K from Ocean. And AGG continue to lead here up to 4-1 in their favor now.
Ocean came to play out of this pause. He's had enough. Nice 1-on-2 win for him, and that looks so scary once Stanislaw got boosted up, but a flashbang came out just to slow down any kind of multi-kill he could have gotten. So a little bit unfortunate on the timing, but now OpTic, after winning pistol, they're on the back foot. I mean, they're going to be forced onto another save here. They have 4 HE grenades, so they're going to nade stack over towards mid, but this shouldn't do too much damage considering how passive AGG has been playing this. In fact, all 4 nades have been used, and they do 16 total points of damage.
Daps is spotting a little bit of the player base there, sitting behind the box inside of the garage. He does manage to spot. I think it was Ocean who was jumping it there. Neither player ends up taking a shot at each other, but respectively see each other. And Ruru, actually, Naf is going to end up walking into Ruru's spray, so that's a bit unfortunate. Not just him, but Stanislaw down at 41 HP due to that trade too, as they were technically lined up. It's not going to be enough to actually kill him. However, still brings him down very low, and AGG get themselves off to a good start again here in round number 5. Especially considering OpTic don't really bring anything to play in this round. Just a 5-7, a CZ on Rush, and then P250s on the rest of the players. No armor investment, and barely any utility as well that's left now as we get to this late in the round.
Yeah, this time OpTic Gaming has the good read on where the attack is going to come towards this B bomb site. Unfortunately, there's 3 members here, but it's only pistols, so it's going to take some stellar shots to make this stack work. But you got to imagine with 4 Molotovs, plenty of that. Oh, actually, 1 Molotov misses. That's not good. It falls a little bit short, so the bomb site is not being cleared out by this fire. They might think it is. Here they come onto the site. Elsa gets 1 kill, and there's Daps. Pounces at the right time. Shazam gets a 2nd kill as well. That's the bomb down. 3-on-3. They swing out wide. They get a 3rd kill. Invert falls. This is all because of that ruined Molotov. Now it's become a tough situation for AGG. 1 misstep, and all of a sudden they're struggling to win this round. Another Molotov comes out, not doing too much damage though, but nice recovery. Elsa and Ruru each get 2 kills. Rush has got to reload. That's CZ. That reload time is brutal. Rush takes a fight. He wins that down to a 1-on-1. Elsa only has 2 HP to work with, so he's spamming the edge of the box, trying not to take this fight. Now he hears the reload sign, and it's going to be a free kill. Such a close round, only 2 seconds left as well.
Els just barely keeps himself alive at the end of that, but he's going to be able to pick back up the op, so they'll have that in play here still. Won't have to go for the rebound of this one. It's still a lot of money working their way here for the T's. However, on the CT side of things, they're going to try the double op setup now. Shazam, of course, picking his up. And Naf going for the second. The rest of the team just going for the usual M4 buys. A little bit of a lapse of utility, though, when you take a look at the 2 oppers. So they're only really going to have these 3 guys with the utility to hold back the T's. And for AGG, too, depending on the timing that they're used, the utility for the CTs could be absolutely useless if AGG go for this very slow play they've been favoring so far in this half.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's going right for OpTic right now, though. Shazam actually gets legged. The big thing is Naf is actually holding an angle. Double op setup, but a nice shoulder peek from Invert gets Naf to shoot. So now they push back the aggression in A main. And the terrace is still very, very far back. So OpTic Gaming just has to remain patient with this 2-op setup. That's exactly the perfect kind of weaponry you want to have for that. Just let them hold the angles and wait for AGG to kind of walk into the crosshairs.
And again, AGG getting ready to set themselves up for a smoke play into the A-bomb site. Actually, no one at the moment pushing in towards A main. They all line themselves up, and now they're going to group outside of it, so I imagine this couple players will be moving in here in just a moment. Just again, letting that timer tick down very, very low, wasting that time. So far, it's been paying off, though, so there's really no reason to stray away from this kind of strategy. And OpTic, as of yet, I imagine by this point they can get themselves into a sort of pattern, but the problem is Shazam over here towards middle, it's 17 HP. That's not going to be an optimal situation, especially if there's a random nade that gets tossed his way. He's going to be a dead man. There's already that smoke coverage coming into the site, too. They're moving very, very slowly, but now they actually hop over middle instead, but they're spotted by Rush, so this sort of sneaky play to take control of Highway probably is not going to work that well. And they may end up going back through the vents instead.
How does Ocean find that? He just walks right through the smoke. Stanislaw gets caught completely off guard. OpTic, they've basically given up this A-bomb site for free. You can see Ocean just distracting while another one of his teammates gets up close. There goes Naf. Shazam, he's there as well, but low HP. Elsa could get more. He does get dropped by Rush, but the bomb is getting planted, and Rush and Shazam are both down so low. 1 bullet and they're dead. This retake does not look likely.
There's nothing left for them to do. That's amazing that works out that well, especially considering the smokes roll in and it's like super late before anyone on that team even tries to enter into the A-bomb site. And also that attempt to go for a sneaky play on middle to just take quick control of Highway. That spotted super early, just as they're boosting themselves up on top of it. So it's actually a bit unfortunate. I think that's a bigger mistake on OpTic side than it is AGG just being on top of their skill tonight. OpTic, it's pretty bad that they weren't actually able to stop that.
I mean, it's just pretty bad that he just walks through smokes for free, and gets an easy kill. So yeah, OpTic Gaming dropping the ball here a little bit. Now, fortunately, they do save that double op setup. That's the big thing. They also have 2 Molotovs to bring into the next round, and they're going to be able to drop guns. So it's going to be another full buy based off what they've saved. But AGG is already up towards 6 and very quickly, and in just 7 rounds. So this is looking like a very good half so far. They can continue to punish OpTic, keep the economy low. Then this could snowball out of control pretty quickly if Op can't stop this momentum.
And everybody on AGG, it's not like one player in AGG is doing an amazing job. You've got every single player, with the exception of Invert, sitting up at 7 frags right now. So everybody's doing their work pretty well here. And it seems to be OpTic just flopping quite a bit. This could prove problematic, as you said. It's going to get out of control very quickly if they don't start to piece this back together. But now they're going to get aggressive in their own territory, basically working towards what AGG has been hoping to get thrown at them for quite a few rounds now due to this passive strat. Naf, though, finds Invert, attempting to peek inside of A main. They're going to finally punish someone for that. That takes him down. For the first time in a while, OpTic get the advantage at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, Invert actually spotted that push out as well. That was just a little bit too aggressive from him, going for that peek. Gets punished for it, and now AGG has given up all the map control they had, all the spread out default that they were working with, and they're all convening over towards the B bomb site. But this has got to hurry up before Shazam kind of catches wind of it. Both of the ops are going to be outside of this B bomb site, so if they do take this over, those guns are awful for retaking. That could be a huge advantage for AGG into this round if they can have any kind of success here.
And now AGG getting ready to push themselves into the B-bomb site. However, close by, they've got Shazam waiting inside of Z. He can rotate up to heaven pretty quickly. No smoke has been tossed over there as of yet, and now their players are getting shut down. Daps, Rush, Shazam, all picking up kills. Ocean, though, doing some work. Is he going to find that 3rd kill? Yes, he will. Now he's got the plant potential coming in here, but no, he's just going to barrel out and get aggressive against the remaining members of OpTic. That will end up proving to be a mistake. And he tries to sit inside, but with no plant, there's really no reason for the members of OpTic to try and go for this retake as of yet. They're sitting back, and Ocean now has no choice. He's got to get on this site and get the bomb down, as he's simply run out of time.
Yeah, OpTic being very, very cautious of a fake plant. Flashbang comes out from Ocean. Got to try and find a one-by-one, and he had it. But just hiding in cover, he's got to be very wary of the lower entrance as well. And he knows that one's already wrapping around on him. He hears it just a little bit too late. Stan's going to get that one. But good damage done by Ocean at the end of that round. 3 kills for him. He keeps the money low, forces a lot of rebuys and some drops as well. The double ops do get salvaged, but still not going to be able to buy up completely with all the utility that they'd like.
Yeah, so OpTic now finally with a good chance to bounce back, but it's also a very risky chance here too now that they finally picked up the second round. AGG still armed to the teeth as far as this buy-up is concerned. Invert buying out completely. Unfortunately, Invert's one of the few players here that really hasn't been doing a great job for AGG, and with his choice to go for an up with the previous round, he's actually completely run himself out of money pretty quickly. But for OpTic, if they just drop this one like a rock like they have been in the 6 previous rounds before the last one, then they're going to get their economy reset, and they'll be starting from ground zero as far as trying to build up some of these rounds is concerned.
Aggression towards the doorway. This time it's going to work out. Stan finds that kill. They also see a second one. Nap is here with the op, and Ruru is not prepared for that. So OpTic is tired of getting beat up on this map. They take the initiative, and now they have a 5-on-3. They haven't even taken any damage yet. So what does AGG do from here?
Shazam, nicely done there, just waiting that out. AGG peeking outside of middle there with no support at all. This time they're going to flash for it. Shazam completely blind, perfectly timed in that regard, but on the re-peek, still connecting those op shots, shuts down Invert, and now it's just L's in a 1-on-5. They know exactly where he's hanging out at, and you can already see the box start to form around them. However, it's not going to be necessary, as Nap will come in with the closer to pick up a third round now for OpTic.
Yeah, and that's not good. That's exactly what Team AGG cannot let happen. All 5 members survive, no damage dealt, so the money is going to grow. AGG does have another buy into this round. See 4 AKs on the board. Twist should be able to get one as well. Although he has 200 ping, so more than likely going to be seeing another pause into the next round.
So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Just a little bit. Still, they have 6 rounds. Now remember they did choose T side. So I mean, when you're going to choose T side first, got to assume that you think you're going to be able to win the half out of it. So they want to, yeah.
I was going to say we sort of talked about it before. I think the big thing for that CT side is like actually trying to hold off the pressure successfully and prevent players like Shazam from just going absolutely crazy on the entry. That was their biggest problem back on train.
Yeah. They gave a lot of room for OpTic Gaming to work, but here they have a nice execution. All of OpTic is completely smoked out. No one's even in the bomb site. They've given it up. The closest they have is Stan on the balcony just trying to peer over the edge of the smoke, but he's not going to be able to do it. Shazam's going to find the kill. He found a gap in the smoke. He's going to get a second one as well, falling off the barrels. And there's Stan chiming in. Ocean falls. And it's just down to Ruru. He's on top of the balcony just hiding in the corner, and he's really got nowhere to go. It's just a matter of time before he gets found out in this position. Again, another round with barely any damage dealt. Only Shazam is down to 98. And Ruru's been spotted out now. He's going to get peeked and dropped by Stan. And the remaining member is Twist, who is still just chilling in spawn.
I don't think they told him he was AFK. Or in the process of being DDoSed or whatever's happening right now.
Well, he's back. Kind of.
Is he?
I don't know. He switched his weapon. Still not moving.
He could just have like 98% choke, and that might have been a command he sent in like 2 minutes ago.
DJ, dance. Turn the music on.
with no music.
So,
I need a cappella cameraman.
Oh, so his ping has fallen down now.
Why did they not pause it yet?
Guess
is he actually lagging or like?
I have no idea. He's
okay.
no,
He's back now.
It seems like he's functioning.
Yeah, I think.
Either way,
that was weird.
He doesn't get any bonus money for that round, so it is going to be 9s. Ruru has some armor to work with, but I mean now this is OpTic Gaming. It's fully swung in their direction in this half. 4-6 now, trying to make this comeback.
So AGG just going to press forward, basically just going for a B push. There's not really anything else besides this. Already moving through B halls. They're going to try to enter through T main. Got a nasty crossfire there waiting for them. So unless this flash is perfect, it's going to be rough. And there's one. The rest of them just stop completely. They catch a second one and a third. and a fourth, and a fifth. Rip.
Yeah, nope, no success there. And that is 3 rounds in a row that all 5 members of OpTic has survived. So this round we do see the buy coming out, AK-47s, Twist. Now we see the pause because Twist is back up to 200 ping.
So now they're going to be like, all right, it's obvious he didn't have to take out his dog now. So now there's a problem.
Yes, now there is a problem.
OpTic, of course, stands to benefit from this hugely.
The biggest problem is that 4 in a row now for OpTic, they've kind of figured this out. That this passive setup, they're finding ways to manipulate it. So when they push, they're pushing with 2 people because I mean, spread out across the map is AGG, so you can find 1 person watching a certain location and you can just trade them off. How that door push yielded them 2 kills that way. Other than that, I mean, once they get those picks, it's just fall back and be prepared to rotate to a site. Just play the man advantage. But yeah, once again, with this pause, because this is going to be an extended pause, we are going to go back. Nope, never mind. We just get canceled. I don't even. What are these guys doing to me?
Wrecked.
Get wrecked.
So, I mean, the biggest problem that obviously is going to come out from this is that obviously with the 4v5 in the past 2 rounds, like you mentioned before, and it's been happening before this too, but OpTic has gotten just a huge amount of money off of this one. So now that they're bouncing back, and like you were saying, now that they figured out that Team AGG are just going for this passive setup again, like they were on the last map. So it wasn't even really a matter of trying to counter, it's just a matter of figuring out that, oh, they're doing the same thing they're doing last map. Let's do this to counter it, because we did in the previous map. Now that they figured that out, now AGG needs to innovate, and this is what they failed to do on the previous map. And there's Shazam.
So like every round, Elsa has been watching for that B push from like way back in T-spawn. The one round he doesn't, Shazam pushes and gets a kill. That's brilliant. Counter-Strike.
So an early start again. Oh, Shazam basically just having a good old time back over there behind the B site as he picks up a 2nd kill onto L's now. So that shuts him down with 3 left for AGG. And this is where this passive setup is really going to bite them, because now they've got 2 players left. They're all like just isolated. We're not even seeing any reaction to what's going on. This is like the worst part. Some guy dies in middle. Twist and Ocean are still just stuck inside mid garage. They don't really do anything. But now they're trying to push out over here towards middle itself. They got the smoke coverage. This is technically good for them because they're not going to be found out, but they also don't know what the heck is going on beyond that smoke. And in a 2v5 with literally 0 damage to anyone else in the opposing team, the odds are just so heavily stacked against them. They're looking for that kill. It's a trade, but at this point, a trade is probably the worst thing that can happen for you, as now they know exactly where you are, and you're alone. So Shazam's just going to shut it down with a final op shot to give OpTic another round.
Yeah, not looking good. AGG's kind of lost all that mojo that they started this out with. I mean, they had 6 straight. So they're in a bit of a rough patch here, and they're not going to buy the AK-47s. They're going to go for a half buy, so that next round with the losing bonus, they can have the AKs, all the utility. They can have AWP if they'd like it. This time the Tech-9s are going to head back over towards that 8 bomb site. Only 1 member, Ruru, is left to be, looks like a lurker towards mid. And this is going to be kind of what they won that 2nd round on, is this force by A execution. But Naf is going to be able to dodge like all these flashbangs and smokes. He's pushed up in A main. So he sees him jumping. Now he's called it out. Molotov to slow him down. Follow-up nade, and he's going to disappear back through the smoke like a ninja. 3 members of OpTic Gaming forming a wall, and once again there's a gap in the smoke, so Naf could have a field day here.
And the op shot's coming out from Naf, though, but no connections. And they finally figure out his position on top of the toxic barrels. Els will be the one to take him down. Now OpTic Shazam is pushing in here. Again, Ruru was watching out for this flank initially. He's only going to get tapped, but 2 kills coming out from OpTic now. Down to a 3-on-3. Stan continues to frag for his team, and now Shazam's here with the op. Daps committing fully to that spray now, but Invert just pushing out. He's been fairly lackluster in this game so far. And unfortunately, that's going to continue, as unfortunately he took way too long to get that gun picked up and into his hands. So they're going to be able to shut him down before he can go for the spray. If he'd had that chance, he actually probably could have killed both of them because they were lined up, but doesn't even get the shot at it as the members of OpTic move in too quickly for him, and they shut down yet another round.
So this is the round that AGG saved for right here. Invert has the AWP. Everyone else AK-47s. They have all the nades they could want. And it looks like 3 members over towards the B bomb site. This is a bit of a change this early in the round. Daps is holding just a small angle while Rush gets behind the box, but this is going to be a passive setup for them over towards B. Meanwhile, Shazam still with that op in middle. Hasn't seen anyone. I mean, there's been no attempt at mid control for AGG this entire match. So Shazam hasn't really been tested here, but he's been very mobile otherwise. Either way, it's going to be all up to Rush and Daps. With all these Molotovs, AGG's already used 4 of them, and they have not cleared Rush out. So that's the scary part. Rush is going to be able to have a field day here as he can hear them entering at a checker.
And now they're moving forward very cautiously, not even looking towards it at this point. I'm not actually sure they realize that there's going to be someone back there, but they're keeping themselves held back for the time being, just in case he decides to get aggressive and peek. But Rush right now is a statue. He's not moving from that position at all. Team AGG just seem completely unabout themselves, sitting back, spread out all over the place. Finally, Twist does pick up a kill, but now they've got to find their way into this site. And oh, there we go. Now he's peeking out, but he's going to ultimately fail in the attempt to take the 1 versus 1. Doing some good damage, though, which Shazam is going to be able to finish off. There's a second one from him. Finds a third. He's out in the open. That doesn't matter, though, despite being fired upon by Twist. He does finally end up going down to him, but this peek comes right back out from Daps, hugging the left side of the site, shuts out Twist. And now it's just Ruru. He's going to come in through vents. They should have been able to hear that drop to the player on the site. He's going to have to try and 1v2 this with only 28 seconds left.
Yeah, Shazam, what a round. It really saves things. And Ruru's left all alone. He's got to pick up this bomb. 1 on 2. I don't think AGG was expecting that third player, Daps, to still be inside the site after they cleared out Rush and Shazam. Either way, down to just Ruru, and he's stuck between both players. Nice positioning by Daps. Nice patience as well. They also salvage a second AWP for to keep this double op setup going on.
It's not like they would have needed it, though, with the amount of money they have. The only people that are even remotely lower are Stan and Rush, but they're both sitting on like 6,000 each. So there's just money to be tossed around everywhere for OpTic right now. Whereas AGG, this is another buy where they're going to leave themselves with basically nothing left in savings. They've got an average amount of maybe like 200 to 150 for each player. So after this one, despite the fact they're on full losing bonus now, unless they get the plant, we're probably going to be looking at another Tech 9 round, which is, well, obviously they'll force up for the rifles that they can due to the fact that it'll be the last round, but don't expect anything too superfluous.
Back to that passive setup. There's Elsa and T-Spawn. Unfortunately, Shazam's not pushing this round. And all of AGG is going to convene over towards the A bomb site. This is just going to be an execute again. See if anything comes from that. OpTic has done a good job, though, of basically neutralizing it. When this executes come in the past, they've essentially all fallen back towards highway and just set up a wall behind these smokes. This time it's going to be a little bit more difficult because Nap is in the site. He's in quad with the AWP, so he can't do that. And actually, it looks like AGG has thrown some of the executes, and then they're just going to go right back and boost towards mid. 2 players come over. They're going to try and split towards the A bomb site. And this is working. They have him confused. Shazam is out in the open. He's about to get taken out from behind, and they clean out the A bomb site. OpTic did not catch on to what was happening. A nicely executed strategy by AGG. They have a massive advantage. It's a 1-on-5 all of a sudden. Daps still at the B bomb site.
Last player up will be Daps now. Nothing he can really do about it. 1v5. He's got utility, but they know he's already fired off a shot, so it's not even like there's a mystery as to where he's going to be moving in from. There's really 2 places he could viably push. And they've got eyes on both of them with everybody from AGG. So it's looking like it's going to end 8-7. I know I said earlier that we still had 1 more round to go. I was reading the fact that it said round 14 at the top, but I've since realized that was the last round. So it's 8-7 coming out of the first half. OpTic Gaming will lead, but only by 1 point.
That was a sick comeback by them.
Yeah.
Essentially just winning out after going down so much. They did win that pistol, and that got restarted, so we didn't see that. But nice start out from AGG, but they just couldn't keep it up. I mean, what's OpTic Gaming kind of figured it out. They just bullied him around the map, so they bring the advantage into this terrorist half. And this is where I think OpTic Gaming is really, really going to outshine AGG in this terrorist side.
I agree 100%. So now from AGG, it's figuring out what they can do to capitalize on this advantage. First of all, winning that pistol round is like 100% the priority right now. They needed an advantage to start themselves out to. For like so many of these new teams that just get, or this one obviously isn't necessarily a move up to Pro League, but for so many of these teams and these rosters that are just getting formed up this season for Pro League, sort of at what we expect to be the lower end of Pro League, the biggest thing is that these teams are like 100% momentum based. So they start off behind and not just get this huge lead, including the first gun round, and I feel like AGG is going to get completely discouraged and fall behind due to that factor alone. But if they can pick up that pistol round along the first gun round, then that's a good omen for them, and they can build upon that here. But it's really about innovating through the problems we saw back on Train 2, as I feel like a lot of those will carry over onto this map.
Either way, AGG is going to need to have really, really good... the scary part is, invert the Opper. is the one that you would want to be on fire to go up against Shazam. You know, the ops being such a crucial part of the defense on this map, and he's having a terrible game right now. He's really, really struggling. 3 and 12. And actually, look at this. Twist is going to pop flash himself into A main just to peek. He does spot one out, but he's also been gooshed. So Twist has to fall back with 7 or 10 HP. Invert over towards NBK spot. Here's footsteps and door, but no commit yet from OpTic Gaming. Still spread out across the map, and now they're all going to reconvene over towards A main. It looks like one might get boosted up, but nope, it's just going to be a full 5-man execute, and there's 3 members of AGG here.
They're pushing up now. OpTic, a big push about to come out to work its way back outside of A main. Now Invert holding back is going to be the main force to try and stop this, but Stan just completely outmatching him there. Picking up a second kill too. Rush moving in for a third. They cleared out that A-bomb site with Glass, and now Ocean trying to hold things back over on Highway, but he's not going to be able to pull that one off. He's going to end up just having to hold back and wait for his teammate to regroup Els, but again, the big problem becomes there's not a whole lot they can do. They've been pushed off. They don't have any extra utility with it being the pistol round and whatnot, and no one from OpTics even ended up going down, so the odds are just so far stacked against AGG, so they've got to maybe look for exits, but that's probably the most they can look forward to at this point.
I mean, exits don't even really do anything for you in the pistol round,
Yeah.
so this is just the best thing that Ocean could have is, you know, saving that kit, saving the smoke, but even that's not going to work. He just gets spammed. Rush just says, nah.
So OpTic, of course, now they're going to be able to hold on to their lead, starting things off here in the second round, and immediately actually not going for the usual sort of 3 rifle 2 SMG investment. It's flipped around, and they go for 3 SMGs and the 2 rifles instead. So I expect a pretty straightforward play here. And from AGG, they've actually haven't really invested all that much either. When we take a look, it's just P250s, a couple default pistols, a single flash hitting on Ocean, as they're going to attempt to make a push inside of A main, but that flash just gives it all away, and I don't see this going very well at all. Rush sticks around to take that battle. He only manages to find 1 kill, but now Naf coming into the flank. He's just going to completely decimate them. They still have Brewer in the picture, but he's going to peek out now, and he's in a duel with Naf, who Naf is going to switch to his Glock, find the headshot, win this one, and again, just down to Invert, who will also be handled very quickly by Naf and his Glock.
Yeah, nicely done from Naf. Nicely done. He's going to keep that Mac 10, no buy from AGG. They do upgrade a couple pistols into P250s. CZ, got a flashbang to work with at least, but that round, nothing really came from anything. They did get 1 kill, but just not really enough. And look at this, 3 SMG still on the OpTic side, so still more than willing to farm into this round. And the big difference is a little bit more aggression on the OpTic side than we saw from AGG on their terror side. 4 members of AGG stacking at that A-bomb site. Naf looks like he's going to sniff this out, but actually only sees one. It's Twist, who just drops him with a nice headshot from the CZ, so really not too much information. I think he can actually call it there's 2 there, but all of AGG has evacuated that A-bomb site. The 4 members are rotating over towards B to try and catch OpTic in a trap.
As they wrap themselves over to it, we'll see what OpTic Gaming decides to do, but now as their members start to group themselves up here too. They'll move inside of the vents, not committing to it yet. AGG actually starting to rotate off. Those flashbangs are working perfectly to get them to bite on the rotation. However, sitting just underneath the vent area, Ocean, he's going to be able to spot the actual play coming into the B-bomb site very quickly. They jump down. Dap sees him, though. Good intuition on his part, catching that one. And that's going to take Ocean out of the play. Now the rotations have to wrap back in, but they've already given up control of the site. So they're just going to waltz right in. They've got it. The plant should be an easy task to accomplish if they even need to do that. Invert's down at 3 HP. That nade's going to roll in. Almost managed to take down Invert, but he gets out of there just in time. And they've also lost Ruru, so now it's just Invert. Again, very over-surmounting situation from the deal with here in a 1-on-4. Nothing he's going to be able to do. He even turns his back at the wrong time, so Daps just leaps through the smoke and shuts down the final player on AGG.
11-7 now. Plenty of money for AGG to work with. Invert's going to have that AWP. Everyone else is going to stick with the M4s, but Shazam's also got his up, and it looks like Daps is going to keep that Mac 10. So maybe try and be a little bit aggressive, find some information, see if he can get an entry kill. But either way, if he's able to get a kill or just survive and upgrade a weapon for free, that's a huge boon to the economy. And OpTic is wasting no time here. They're just going to 5-man bully their way into this A-bomb site. Twist tosses out a nade. Does actually pretty good damage. Dap's down to 61, Stan down to 65, but the hit is on.
So this will sit back, playing it very patiently. Unfortunately, he set up probably just the wrong time there. Stan's going to take him down. He picks up a second one here, too. Els did trade out one more of those kills over towards Rush. But so far, that seems to be the only thing the CTs have. And again, The big problem becomes the initial players on whichever site OpTic decided to go for just aren't able to hold back the flush of players moving out towards the site initially. So even if these rotations were coming in like as quick as humanly possible, they still would not be fast enough, as the initial site defenders just are not moving quickly enough. So these final two, they're going to have to fall back and save. Ocean actually managed to sleuth his way through here and find an op, so we may be able to take that into the next round. But they also have to worry about Nap, who's currently flanking around to try and take down the final two.
Yeah, why not go for the hunt? Plenty of money on the terrorist side right now. They can afford to throw bodies at these two remaining members. But they're not too dedicated to it. The bomb's about to blow. Naf is getting a little bit near, but no one else is there to trade any kills or swarm these guns that are trying to be saved. So they are going to get away with it. Rue with the M4, Ocean with the AWP is going to drop that over to Invert. It's 12-7 now. And it looks like the call from the AGG camp is to force buy into this round. So you do have a UMP coming out on Els, Famas on Ocean, M4 on Twist. So still a pretty decent buy into this round.
Invert's still working with the op. He needs to pick up his performance, though. He's been lagging behind so badly. Keep in mind how far we are into this game, and he's only managed to get 3 frags. So he needs to turn his performance around desperately. We've seen basically 0 op pressure this entire match so far from AGG. This is a big part of the reason, at least on this CT side, even though we've only seen a couple of rounds with the op so far, why we probably aren't going to see a very successful attempt at a comeback now with OpTic having such a huge lead. But then Molly's going to roll in. Els absolutely is going to get hit by that. However, there's actually no one inside of team main, so that Molly sort of becomes somewhat useless besides doing half the HP to Els.
This round is a little bit more measured out of OpTic, spread out in that default, but they have mid control. And Stan's been allowed to get out here for free. This goes back to Train. Just so much space given to OpTic. No one's even contesting this whatsoever. Seems like Ruru's content to let him have it and just play an off angle. Hope that he can help his teammates out when the execute does eventually come in. And speaking of which, we have one member swinging out towards Forklift. Twist is going to grab that first kill onto Rush and the second onto Nap. No trades coming in there. Shazam finally responding. Stan not even checking to his left. That's a free kill for Ruru, but Shazam is still going nuts. He has 2 kills. And look at Daps cutting off the flank. Down to a 2-on-2. Shazam's got to be a little bit patient at Forklift.
Ruru sitting back here too. Is going to be waiting for the actual push to come in, but they're rotating away from this. They're going to try to go for the B-bomb site instead. Els, thankfully patience pays off in big dividends now. As he waits there, picks up the kill on Daps. Now picks up a free AK. Shazam though, going for the wild peek, but finally ends up missing one of his shots there, and that is going to be his death toll as Els is able to take him down. And AGG do pick up their first round here on the CT side.
Right, now the key is don't get reset, because there's a lot of money on the OpTic side. They're going to be able to buy up all the other weapons they were just using. Out back in Shazam's hands, AKs across the board for everyone else, so still one more round for AGG to win before they're in the clear. Actually, and based on the money, it might even be one more after this, especially if there's a plant. So Shazam has a good spawn. He's going to go for a mid pick. That nade is going to do good damage to him. They're down to 66. Nicely done from Ruru.
They actually are going to get a lot of mid control because Ruru, he does a lot of damage to Shazam, but he tried to throw a smoke. You can see it if you look at Shazam's PW. He tried to throw a smoke back down over there, and it kind of missed. So now Shazam is free reign over mid, and if he picks up this kill on Ruru, then that could be dangerous for OpTic to get control of Highway again.
Yeah, no real presence from the CTs. Invert does kind of rotate down with the AWP, misses his shot though. Gonna keep up the aggression, gonna re-peek on top of Spindle over the box, but now he falls away. Wise decision with how close OpTic was getting. They're gonna throw some smokes. It looks like that's gonna be a fake towards the A bomb site. Ruru, he's blocked off. He has no information of where they're going with this. And they are slowly gonna creep towards the A bomb site.
Invert and Twist have to pull off a big hold here. They've got a crossfire angle, technically speaking, but that flash actually ends up flashing one of the teammates from OpTic. It does enough work, though, to push Twist into a corner. However, that highway push Twist with a good turnaround actually picks up that kill on a stand before he's shut down by Rush, but then Ruru coming in for the trade. Daps now picking things back up for OpTic, along with Naf shutting down Ruru. They take control of the man advantage up to a 3 versus 2, but AGG are not going to give this one up. They're tired of just saving. They want to go in and try to retake the site. Unfortunately, well-placed smoke there allows Daps to pick up Els just as he tried to get himself towards upper. And unfortunately for Ocean, very fortunate choice he's left with now, which is basically to save again, as we've seen already in quite a few rounds.
They had to at least initially try and go for that retake, because now their economy's going to be reset. So now they're in a really, really tough spot with OpTic gaming up towards 13 rounds. And this is like double save territory, essentially, especially if Ocean dies here. So scary spot for AGG to be in, and it's all coming down. I mean, Ruru, it's not his fault necessarily, because this is a couple rounds now that OpTic Gaming has taken mid control, and Ruru's just kind of giving it up passively, but he's not really getting any support of his teammates. No one else is there to help him. So he's got to play it passively, and that's allowing him so much room to work with. It's basically giving them a pinch out of that A bomb site for free. They don't even have to work for it.
We're going to see a smaller investment this time coming out from AGG. Of course, Ocean still has the rifle coming in, but beyond this, just a couple upgraded pistols and nothing else behind them. Invert is even just going to stick with his USP. So a very light attempt at defending the sites. More than likely, we should expect OpTic to be able to clean this one up very easily, considering how the CT side has gone so far.
This time, Twist is pushed up close, and he gets that kill on a Shazam, not prepared for just one member to be down there. It's probably surprising. He hasn't been challenged whatsoever this whole half, so that time he gets caught off guard. It's going to slow down OpTic Gaming a little bit. Still a huge advantage to them for the 4 AK-47s. They still have 3 Molotovs as well, so whichever site they choose, they have a lot of options to clear out some of these spots. And there it is. Molotov into vent, going to burn Twist. He just gets out of there just in time. 4 members now at this B bomb site for AGG.
Just dodging Stanislaw just in time, too, as he was peeking down. Stan was getting ready to peek outside of window room, or sunroom, I think, as I miscalled that on accident. Now, the rest of OpTic, though, they rotate back over here towards A main, and they're going to make a push in towards it. Ocean, if he gets lucky and they don't check it, then he could do some serious damage here. But if not, AGG have already locked in holding onto that B-bomb site, and rotations are super far away. So now we're going to start to see them come into play as they can see these players moving in. But Ocean fires so early, finds 2 kills, though. Good pickup from him, but he's ultimately going to go down, and these rotations are moving in too slow to deny the plant.
Yeah, thankfully Daps picks up a Molotov to slow things down. The op is stuck in the site, but with just pistols, they can't really aggress to keep him pinned down after this plant. So Shazam's going to have plenty of time to readjust. Daps using that AK-47 long range. Actually, Shazam's very close up. And there's a flank coming in. Daps has got his eyes on it. He gets that first kill. Nice shot. There is a second one. He doesn't know it quite yet, but Twist is out with an AK-47. This is a little bit scary now. He's going to get a free kill on a Shazam from above. He jumps across, and he gets Daps as well. And that's going to be the defuse. Nice play from Twist. And they absolutely needed some kind of a miracle in that round, and they got it.
Twist even getting some extra style points there for following through on the jump and jumping up on top of Quad as well. That was a bit unnecessary as he actually had the position on top of Red to take down Shazam, but he ends up pushing back to Quad anyway, just for the extra bit of pizzazz at the end of it. So we are going to see a pause coming in. I am taking a wild guess and assuming this is from OpTic at this point, but for all we know, and for the way that this match has been proceeding so far, could be another player disconnecting. So we'll wait and see.
Alrighty. Well, now it gets a little bit more interesting because winning that eco round, they get a bunch of free rifles out of this. And now, even if OpTic wins this round, it resets the losing bonus that was only at 1 round anyways, but they're still going to be able to buy into the next round. So AGG actually just bought themselves a pretty decent lifeline into this match. But yeah, the big thing to note, looking at the scoreboard, the glaring scoreline is Invert at 3-19 right now.
And they have dropped him an op, so he's gonna attempt to work with this again, but that's a very, very big weakness, which I think is going to be a consistent factor for the rest of this match. If OpTic figure out where exactly his sort of pressure point is going to be and they can abuse that, I definitely think it's going to be a much easier angle for OpTic to try and push towards to get site control. We've already seen that. It's just every time there's any amount of pressure pushed on him, he seems to drop the ball completely, especially on this half. So that's the key thing, at least in my opinion, for OpTic, is figuring out where he's working towards, and then they can just abuse that and shut them down and get site control off of picking up his kill.
I think they should just keep going back to mid control. They've been getting it pretty much for free.
I agree.
Yeah. That would be sweet. Just to see him. I just want to see a full-blown rush, just abuse the fact that no one's ever there.
I don't think either team has tried to do that yet. Even AGG only tried to play for mid 1 or 2 times an entire half, and it was only 2 or 3 people that tried to push it. Most of the times it just outright failed.
Will be kind of interesting. Shazam hasn't. I mean, he's had some really good rounds with the AWP, but he hasn't really been too effective getting picks with it. It's been other people opening up sites, and he's had some good mid-round kills with that AWP. But I mean, despite the fact that AGG's op isn't alive, I would have expected Shazam to have a little bit more success with that, picking into bomb sites. But I guess it really doesn't matter because they've been getting so much mid control for free that he hasn't even really had a chance to go for some easy picks that way.
And he still manages to do quite a bit of work when we get into the later portions of the round, as you were already saying. He's obviously someone else that ends up opening up the door for him. But once they manage to actually find their way into the site, we've seen quite a few rounds now where he's picked up like 2 to 3 consecutive kills in a row. Again, his AGG aren't really doing a very good job of punishing him, but he still picks those up, and that closes out the round. What could otherwise be quite a few extra trades and quite a bit of money wasted on this T side. Now they're looking very strong here. Actually, I take that back. Most of their players are pretty weak here, as the past couple of rounds have been a little bit rough. But at least in the early portions of this half, we were seeing sort of the exact opposite.
Nice Molotov into the vents. There was a boost up, and else is forced out. That's going to allow one member, Daps, quietly creeping up towards Highway. Hasn't quite turned the corner yet. Ruru is a little bit exposed. He's going to flash towards mid. You can see Invert wants to take this peek. He eats a nade, though. He eats 2 nades down to 45. That's going to force him back just a little bit, and there's Els. Finds Daps, gets traded off. The peek from Invert misses the shot. Now it's all under this A-hit. Twist is still alive at quad. Patiently biding his time. He gets traded off. Just down to Ruru, who can't do anything. He falls back, gets caught in the open. Quickly just down to Ocean in a 1-on-3. He's getting flanked out as well. Down to 50 HP. There's one member in the B bomb site. And I don't know... Ocean, okay. He's just going to grab the op, try and save it looks like.
Naf is actually trying to beat him to the punch, though, as he rotates around over here towards mid. Ooh, he just found him, but went for the reload on accident. So, thankfully, it doesn't end up affecting him too adversely, as Ocean's going to peek. He didn't actually realize he was there to begin with, so he's going to shut him down without any further conflict. We've got the double up set up on the T side, now being worked with, currently in the hands of Shazam and Naf once again. And OpTic are just 2 more rounds away from being able to close out this match. I'm taking 2 best of 1s for tonight. And as for Team AGG to try and resist this, well, they don't have a whole lot. They're going to go for some upgraded pistols, but they're not going to fully buy out here.
Double up on the T side. Interesting. A lot of presence in mid from AGG here. Actually, I think that's all 5 members. They're just going to push up on top of the roof right now. There is one smoke. This could catch them off guard, but if there's any probe over towards that A bomb site, they're going to figure it out pretty quickly that it's clear. Either way, Shazam's got to be careful. As the smoke clears, if he swings out just a little bit too wide, those pistols are not going to let him get away. He's got a couple of players close up as well that are just going to swing wide as soon as they hear a shot.
Now OpTic just sitting back, actually playing it pretty passively now, at least after moving for an initial little bit of control in Ocean. It's going to say, keep the door closed, please. I don't want the heat getting out of inside, but Naf is going to punish him for that, so I'm not exactly sure why he tried to do that to begin with, considering he didn't actually have any more backup. Now the CTs are pushing in, and this is where that stack on mid could come into fruition. As Twist moves in, they pick up a first kill on him. They're going to counter boost back through, but there's no one there, so that's a bit odd. Now Naf picking up one, but Ruru on top there with the USP, able to take down Naf, so they clear out a little bit of Squeaky. And also Els has managed to sort of insert himself in the site, sitting behind Forklift there, trying to get the spray with the CZ. A little messy, but he pulls it off. And now Rush sitting back in the corner here. He's going to be able to pick up 2 kills, and you have Dap sitting in A main as well as the security policy. So it's just Ruru. He actually would have had a chance to take down Rush there, but now he's been mollied. He's going to have to push his way out anyway, and Daps will shut him down.
And that's 15. So here we are with AGG, 1 round away. They're going to have to buy no matter what. Els is going to be a little bit low, as is Ocean. The rest of them should be able to have a pretty decent buy going on. 5 M4s come out, but it's the nades that are going to be lacking on Els, Ocean, and Ruru.
And this is going to be it. The big investment now from Team AGG, trying to close out or trying to save this match from, again, going into the hands of OpTic Gaming to start off their season 0-2, or start it off 1-1 here. And it will be the same story for OpTic. But AGG, again, going for a little bit of aggression here, specifically Ruru, having quite a bit of progress. He's dropped the bomb here, so they know the location of the bomb. But the inconsistency remains a very big issue, as Daps will be able to trade that out. Els being able to find another one. They have Daps in the site, and they've re-picked up the bomb. Unfortunately, that's sitting a lot closer towards A, and Daps in the site itself. Definitely not making as much progress. He keeps himself alive, as he is dinked down to 10 HP, however, so he's going to have to try and hold this until his teammates can rotate around. Actually, it looks like he's just going to try to fake this in hopes that his teammates are going to rotate into the A bomb site. There won't be too much there, but they still have twists in that site too. And now that Daps has fallen, there is no reason for any of the remaining members of AGG to move back over towards B. And it's actually going to be Invert that just closes things out from back over at the truck angle.
Yeah, they caught wind of that. I believe it was a boosted player that kind of gave them the indication that there were 2 players, you know, over towards the A side. So it looked like they were going to be rotating towards the B bomb site, but once they saw that boost, they're like, all right, now we know exactly where the 3rd player is. So they don't budge out of that A site, so it doesn't really work out for OpTic. 15-10, OpTic is going to be on an eco round. Upgraded pistols. Their money is very low. They haven't gotten a plant in some time. 3 rounds. Nice nade, early nade, and all of them are grouped up towards this B bomb site. This should just be an easy mow down for the AGG guys.
Els is pretty overexposed. He moves back to the headshot glitch now and actually messing up the spray initially, so it gives them a decent amount of control, but now they clean things up. 2 kills coming up from AGG, a third now for Motion, and the Heaven support's going to come in to stop anyone else from pushing further onto the site. There we go. It's all shut down. Just Stan left alive here. And wow. What's this?
Talk to me, Blue.
What's this?
How angry are you?
Why did Invert just disappear randomly? Not that, but the other thing. Yeah. Wonder what's going to happen to the next round now. It's a big mystery.
I just love how triggered you get with that.
As I said, kills the suspense. Hate it.
Well, we'll see if AGG can defeat fate. They can find some way around their destiny. This time it is just going to be Twist. This is actually a mid-control tactic. They have 2 players now in mid, Invert and Els. 3 actually, a little triangle of doom. Ruru as well, but unfortunately it's Twist who's going to get all the action. This is going to be a pretty fast A-hit. OpTic is ready to burst right through this smoke. Twist is going to drop the Molotov for door, and here comes the OpTic attack.
So Invert again, shutting things down there as he picks up 2 kills sitting back at that truck angle, doing work. Now he's going to be smoked off, so will not have that much success, but there is another player from AGG sitting up on upper. And I don't think they've noticed him as of yet. Daps, though, able to do some work. He's shutting down Invert as he attempts to push out for the truck angle. Shazam lurking and is saved by Naf, too. Peeks around the corner just in perfect timing. They swing it down to a 3 versus 2. Els is trying to rotate in through A main, but I think they already realized there could be someone there. Naf is going to come up behind him there. Hasn't actually been given any indication, at least as far as I can tell, just as of yet. And then you've got Ocean trying to work his way in for a truck, but he's completely blind. Tries to fall back, but it's too late. He's tagged by Daps and eventually shut down. Now you've got Els for a last-minute attempt to make his way back into the site, but it's not going to happen. And OpTic will be closing out this match and take 2 maps for themselves tonight.
Yeah, good on them starting 2-0 for sure. Good opening to the match. They played. I mean, this team, this AGG, just gave them so much space to work with. I mean, they had every kind of advantage. They got every